Good morning, scholars. Today is National Grape Popsicle Day. Today we are going to be able to explain and break down the three main effects of the Reformation. So what came after the Reformation. We have our do now, notes, guided practice, and independent practice. All right, so for your do now, you have three review questions from previous and current units, and then just a general question based off of historical skills. So go ahead and pause the video and answer these three questions. All right, so which historical period is most closely associated with these achievements? That would be the scientific revolution, because we're talking about Copernicus, we're talking about Galileo, and Isaac Newton. The next one up here, the creation of independent city-states in ancient Greece, can be most directly attributed to three: rugged mountainous terrain. This is a review question from our very second unit, which was Greece. And historians follow rules to help them analyze primary sources. Some of the rules they use are every piece of evidence and every source must be read. Each piece of evidence and source must be cross-checked. These rules are designed to help historians, one, determine the reliability of the document information. So to make sure it's legit. We have 4 words today. Our first word today is massacre. This is the killing of many helpless or unresisting people. Our second word is nationalism, identification with and devotion to the interests of one's nation. This kind of gets a bad rap lately just because nationalism can be associated with extremism right now, especially with Trump and then with like the Nazis were like nationalist socialists. So, but really the technical term is just identification with and devotion to the interests of one nation. Absolute monarchy, this should be a review from you from the beginning of the year and last year as well with Mr. Ang or Mr. Flynn. A monarchy in which the ruler's power is says if, it should be is, unlimited. So they basically can do whatever the heck they want. Puritan is Protestants who wanted to purify the Anglican Church of Catholic elements. So go ahead and pause the video and get those notes in. All right, this is just a map of the different Christian religions in Europe around 1600. So you can use the key at the bottom. We can definitely see that the main religion or the main Christian religion was still Roman Catholic even after the Reformation, but we do still see some other religions working. We can see Germany's primarily Lutheran, which makes sense because that is where Martin Luther was from. We see England's primarily Anglican, which makes sense because King Henry VIII was in charge of the Anglican Church and he was the King of England. So, all right, guided practice. We are going to read quickly and then answer these questions. The religious divisions of the Reformation led to a series of wars and persecutions during the 16th and 17th centuries. Catholics and Protestants alike persecuted members of other sects. Many people died for their beliefs. Others, like the French Protestants who moved to Switzerland, fled to different countries. Civil wars erupted in many countries. In France, wars between Catholics and Protestants left over 1 million dead between 1562 and 1598. Several massacres added to the horror of these wars. The wars in France were not just about religion, they were also about the power of the Catholic monarchy. Similarly, the last major war of the Reformation was political and religious. Called the 30 Years' War, it was fought mainly in Germany. The war pitted Catholics against Protestants and Protestants against each other, but it was also a struggle for power that involved most of the nations of Europe. Nations fought for their own interests as well as for religious reasons. Catholic France, for example, sided with Protestants to combat the power of the Holy Roman Empire. So we are working with cause and effect a lot today just because our aim does deal with the effects of this time period, the Reformation. So our first question is the effect. Our cause is religious division led to a series of wars and persecutions. So we need to see what the effect of that is. And then besides religion, what else was the 100? Oh crap, that's supposed to be 30 Years War. What else was the 30 Years War fighting for? So go ahead and pause the video and answer that question. All right, so the effect of our cause is that many people died for their beliefs or moved to other countries, and countries were fighting for power during the 30 Years War. Go ahead and pause and get those down. All right, and then I actually already gave you this one, so there you go. The 30 Years' War ended with the signing of the Peace of Westphalia in 1648. This treaty called for peace between Protestants and Catholics. By deciding the control of territory, it set boundaries between Catholic and Protestant lands. Most of Northern Europe, including much of Germany, was Protestant. Spain, Portugal, Italy, and France remained Catholic. So did Bohemia, Austria, and Hungary. This religious division survived into modern times. So go ahead and pause and get that answer down. All right, for independent practice, you are going to, again, work with cause and effect. For this particular question, for the effects of nationalism beginning to grow, you need to have 3. Again, more cause and effect, more cause and effect, and then you are done for the day. Tomorrow we are going to start thinking about the causes of the Age of Exploration, and then we'll be into next week. Don't forget to fill out your attendance form, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.